Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. According to Monday, February 3rd spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Arnold Feniger, also known as phony Rafe Hernandez, will give an explanation for his mid-wedding declaration. Rafe responded that would have to wait before Javi Hernandez could accuse him of cheating. Rafe was given the go-ahead to call off the wedding after he received a text message from EJ Dimera. Jada Hunter will be wondering what on earth Rafe is talking about on Monday's DOL episode, since he just stated that he cannot marry her. Naturally, Rafe will accuse Jada of being a corrupt police officer, which will prepare the ground for Sean Brady to provide evidence, which is actually something that EJ made up. According to Day's teasers, Jada will quickly defend herself, but the proof might be sufficient to have her fired. Paulina Price Carver will insist on dragging Jada down to the station because she will be acting hurriedly on Monday's show. It appears that Jada will lose her position as Salem's police commissioner, as EJ had intended, regardless of whether she is officially detained and charged. Javi might ultimately acknowledge that Rafe deceived Jada with Savannah the stripper last night, as if the day couldn't get much worse. In any event, there won't be joyful vows and a significant commitment at the conclusion of this marriage ceremony. Instead, Jada will be incensed and heartbroken, but she might decide to clear her name and disprove Rafe's charges of corruption. Day's teasers indicate that after everything blows up, Stephanie Johnson will vent to Steve Johnson. Stephanie will vent about Rafe's behavior since she knows Jada well enough to know that she wouldn't be a dishonest police commissioner. Regarding the actual Rafe, his encounter with Rita Leslie will keep him in a difficult situation. Rafe will now have to worry about what's going on with Jada and Arnold outside of his prison now that he's back there. According to Day's spoilers, EJ might eventually update Rafe on all the terrible news, especially because it will allow him to boast. In addition to all the Jada turmoil, they will talk about something embarrassing with Sean and Belle Black. Sean may stress that she doesn't owe him an explanation, even if Belle might try to explain what he recently saw at the townhouse. Sean might contend that Belle has the right to select who she sleeps with now that she is single, even if that someone is as troublesome as EJ. However, if Belle does let herself to fall in love with the cunning Dimera, Sean might foretell that she would experience heartbreak. According to previews for Days of Our Lives, Belle will find herself pulled to EJ in spite of her ex's warnings, even though she may reassure Sean that it was only a one-time event. Here are the spoilers for Monday, February 3rd, 2025's episode of Days of Our Lives. Fans can anticipate a reunion between Belle Black and Sean Brady in the upcoming episode. The phony Rafe Hernandez, Arnold Feniger, explains why he is unable to wed Jada Hunter at the altar. Paulina Price also does something. Stephanie Johnson is yelling at Steve Johnson in the meantime. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming Peacock soap opera episode as you continue reading. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives, false Rafe Hernandez explains. According to Monday, February 3rd previews for DOL, Jada and the other guests at the wedding will demand a phony Rafe to provide an explanation. The groom received a text message just as Javi Hernandez was ready to reveal the infidelity of false Rafe. Rafe informed Jada that he couldn't marry her after receiving the note. Jada and the other guests at the wedding will therefore demand an explanation when Monday's show airs. Read more, discover the events in the most recent DOL episode. Stephanie Johnson rants, DOL spoilers. Steve will hear Stephanie's tirade on Monday, February 3rd. Rafe shattering Jada's heart at the altar is probably the reason Stephanie rants. When Rafe informed Jada that he couldn't marry her, she was quite appalled, ashamed, and scared. However, it will be intriguing to learn why. The real Rafe managed to get away, but he was knocked unconscious once more. Returning to Stephanie, she might persuade Steve to learn the truth about Rafe. Rafe has been acting strangely lately, especially during the bachelor party. Spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Paulina Price's horrible deed. According to Monday, February 3rd spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Paulina is going to do something drastic. Does this have anything to do with Rafe's choice to abruptly call off the wedding? Paulina, who is conducting the wedding, is aware of Jada's excitement at getting married to Rafe. Paulina will seek answers since she is aware of how much the real Rafe loves Jada. Read more, Our Lives Days warning, the real story of John's destiny. Does Drew Donovan have any responsibility? Spoilers for Monday, February 3, 2025 on Days of Our Lives. The reunion between Belle and Sean is scheduled for Monday, February 3rd. Sean and Belle will talk about what transpired the evening before the wedding. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, viewers are aware that the falsified letter secret will eventually be revealed as Xander and Philip Kiriakis continue to attempt to collaborate harmoniously at Titan. What steps will he take to avoid going to jail but ensure Philip pays when this happens? Hell hath no fury like Xandy disdain. Our Lives Days Xander Kiriakis will be furious, according to spoilers. Fans are reminded by DOL spoilers that Vivian Alamain's fraudulent letter, in which she pretended to be Victor Kiriakis, allowed Philip to take half of Titan, Xander's birthright. According to the letter, Victor only left Titan for Xander because Philip had staged his death and wasn't psychologically stable at the time. The most problematic aspect of this plot, of course, is that Sarah Horton is aware of what Philip did, but she has chosen to keep the peace by not telling her husband the truth. Sarah fears that if Xander finds out what Philip did, he will lose his mind. She also worries that he might become violent and harm Philip in some way, which could put Xander in jail. Could Xander choose to act in a way that would both prove a point to his wife and provide Philip with the justice he deserves after hearing the complete truth? DOL spoilers, Xander Kiriakis' plan for retaliation accomplishes two goals at once. When the truth is revealed and Xander learns that Sarah was aware of it while also hearing her justification for keeping it from him, he might be itching for retribution on all fronts. Xander will nevertheless refrain from taking any actions that could result in his incarceration. He must consider Victoria Kiriakis, after all. Endangering his time with his kid is the last thing he wants to do. Therefore, perhaps Xander devises a scheme for the ultimate retaliation rather than offending Philip. His half-brother will only experience a brief period of suffering if Philip is killed, but incarceration would be excruciating. Could Xander fabricate Philip's stable mental state? Kate Roberts Brady, Philip's mother, has expressed worry recently about the likelihood that her son may relapse. It could be easy for Xander to set up the situation so that it appears his brother is going insane once more, as Philip was admitted to a mental health hospital once. Could Philip fall for the bait and land in Bayview if Xander sets up a sufficiently good trap? Is it possible that Xander had Philip commit Bayview in retaliation for the fake letter? Comment below! Visit SOS frequently for the best Days of Our Lives spoilers, news, and updates, and watch the Peacock soap opera every day to ensure you don't miss a second of the drama. Fans of the television show Days of Our Lives will be discussing this week for a very long time. You'll want to watch each episode at least twice to fully understand all of the subtleties because there are so many twists and turns. For all the information you require, continue reading below. Our Lives Days weekly spoilers starting on Monday, January 27th. The action begins on Monday, January 27th when Brady and Kristen attempt to locate their daughter, but it won't be simple, according to the most recent edition of Soap Opera Digest. Rachel makes a pact with an enigmatic woman in white who may be more deadly than she appears at the same time. In the episode that airs on Tuesday, January 28th, Rafe and Jada celebrate their impending nuptials with opposing bachelor parties. Steve gives his daughter Stephanie some advice that same day. By the middle of the week, Marlena will not be pleased with what she sees when she interrupts Belle and EJ on the Wednesday, January 29th episode. Let's assume that someone needs to explain something in this place. Additionally, Kristen will tell Johnny about some of the activities the DiMera family has engaged in throughout the years.